if you've seen part one, I can't say you have to see it, but I wouldn't say that if you saw it, you completely wasted your time.
The amount of stuff they just took and copied. Basically, it was almost like it was like a nostalgia trip.
Well, which is what they do for all of these things.
They should be speaking Latin. So why is the de facto language in
Is this
ancient
English?
Egypt,
Is there some
ancient Greece, English Shakespeare?
aristocracy, English accent? Yeah, look, Gladiator.
Gladiatore 2. Gladiatore 2. Gladiatore 2. Can I just start by saying this? So this is spoiler. So guys, if you've not watched the film, don't watch it. So this is your last warning. Spoiler, spoiler, spoiler. I'm gonna spoil it. If you've not watched it, don't watch this film. We're gonna spoil everything in the film. Last warning, good. One of the best intros to a film ever. Not in an overall sense, but which is funny though. The best intro to a film ever is Blade Runner. That's the
What
best
are you
intro
talking about? What are
the,
you on?
the best intro to a film
Blade
is
Runner.
Blade Runner.
You mean that they did slow push on the big building thing?
Everything up until they get to the interrogation room, for me, best intro to a movie.
Yes, but the beginning of it is when it says LA, whatever, whatever, and there's flames and things.
Yep, and then you basically look at
Go into the window.
the city skip and that whole thing amazing with the music as well. Best intro to a movie.
Okay, so it's better than Lord of the Rings Fellowship.
Yes.
Better
Yeah.
than my leg.
Oh, sorry, man.
Better than Matrix 1.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. But this is one of the best intros to a film ever, and
better than Ghostbusters 2016.
I haven't seen Ghostbusters 2016. I hear it's great, but I'll put it on the list. I'll put it on the list. No, the intro to this was amazing. But what was really annoying is,
Lord have mercy.
as I was watching the intro to the movie, there were these two women in front of me who decided that let's just start talking throughout the whole film.
What cinema were you in?
Everyman.
They talked in Everyman?
No, and
wow.
Luckily the guy next to him says, "Can you please shut the heck up?" And then,
oh, is that what he said?
No, he didn't say, but I'm just paraphrasing. But he said, "Shut up."
He actually said, "Shut up."
No. And obviously, he says, "Can you please quiet down?" But I'm just adding in that he said, "Shut the heck up."
Also, but he was next to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because usually in that cinema they don't do that.
No, which I was surprised. That's why he was like, "Hey, do you know where? Like, we're not."
And they were fully talking.
Basically, they were having like a full conversation where it was like, "Oh,
whoa!"
I was like,
"How old were they?"
Oh, it had to be 30s.
Really?
Late 20s, 30s. Yeah.
That is very surprising.
Like grown women, and I was like, okay, you guys
white,
are clowns.
Black, what?
I think like probably Spanish or like Latino, probably Spanish, because I heard what they said, and I heard it was like an accent, so I said Spanish. So
yeah, man, that's weird for that cinema. Anyway, look.
No, so as I was saying, that intro amazing, because that intro reminded you of how iconic that first film was, and just how they just did it with the paintings, with the thing. I was like, that was a great intro, a great intro.
Look, man, to put it quite simply, look, in my humble opinion, if I'd never seen Gladiator 1 and then I went and watched this, I would say it was good. Because I've seen Gladiator 1 and Gladiator 1 exists, it's not Gladiator 1, but it's therefore not, it just highlights a lot of things about it that you then say, you know what? It's almost like what's the point? That's what it feels like. It's almost like what's the point?
The film never needed a sequel.
It did a lot. Yeah, no, it didn't need a sequel.
No.
But even though that you've made a sequel, it's like it was just the same movie, but not as good because you don't, for various reasons. But it's the same movie because you had the same scenarios.
Same story beats.
The guy now, he loses his loved one. Then he gets put into this, captured. Then he goes into this like smaller place where he's training. Then a guy finds him and then wants to use him, like Oliver Reed's character with Russell Crowe, Denzel Washington's character with this guy. Then he gets to the big leagues. Then he goes in the big leagues and they're trying to get to the emperor to take him down. I'm like, this thing is the same storyline. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, man, 24 years later and you can't come up with a different story. I mean, I know why, because that's what everybody does, because everybody is scared of trying something else. Because if you go and try something else and it doesn't work out, at least you keep it safe. You're more likely to be able to pull off something.
No, but again, as you said, like it didn't need a sequel. Like I think I remember way back. I think it's what Nick Cave or someone
Nick
wrote
Cave. Oh yes, right. Oh, he did, didn't he?
a Gladiator where like he goes into a
Into the
hell or
afterlife.
the
Yeah.
afterlife, and I was like, okay, you know what? Stop.
No, but you
Stop.
know what? Let me be honest with you. As crazy as that is, I'd rather see that. Like if I have to see something, I'd rather see that because it is different. It's like I feel. Look,
And
when I was watching this,
no, but then you're completely negate and destroy the beauty of the ending of that first film.
no, I get that. But what I'm saying is that if I had a choice, the point I'm making is this: is quite simply this. This is a what's the point?
Yeah.
Like what's the point?
There's no point.
There's no point. Like after you've watched this one time, if you've seen part one, there's no reason to ever watch this again. Like because it's the same film, but part one is vastly superior.
And also it's like literally just sort of like trying to grab onto the juices of like take your father's sword, take his shield, strength and honor. What we do now remains in. I mean, the amount of stuff they just took and copied. Basically, it was almost like it was like a nostalgia trip.
Well, which is what they do for all of these things. Like, isn't that what Alien Romulus was?
Yeah. It's
you know what I'm saying. Like,
but
this is the thing about it.
That was way more offensive.
No,
that's than this.
Yeah, because Sir Ridley did this one.
Yeah,
that's the difference. You see, if he did that, then you wouldn't feel the same way. It's because he did this. And look, two main points. Point number one is, man, this guy has not gotten worse. So it's like Sir Ridley at 90 years old or whatever, however old he is, 88 or 89 years old, whatever age he is.
Way more interesting than a lot of films, people half his age.
The quality of this film is so much higher than anything that is coming out in this field, in this genre. Okay, that's the first thing. It's better than anything that you're going to watch in Rings of Power. It's better than Game of Thrones. It's no, it depends. Depends on how you look at it, because the storyline, you see, that's the real issue. So I can't scratch that. I'm not going to say it's better than Game of Thrones, because Game of Thrones has some episodes where it's like, there were stories that were like
the particular episodes of Game of Thrones are amazing. Most of it is boring.
There's some episodes, man, like that one where they fought that battle in that castle.
Oh yeah.
I was like, damn, man. So you get some episodes that are on point. The point is that, as an overall, it is miles ahead of the quality of other things. The real problem with this thing is that, like we've mentioned what we mentioned, but the lead actor.
Yeah, let's start there. Let's just get into that first.
Yeah. So when
Paul Mescal.
Yeah, Paul Mescal. Like, look, he's fine. Like, it's not an issue.
And fine. You can't follow up Russell Crowe with fine.
Well, this is a problem. He's better than fine. Let's be honest. He's better than fine. Fine is like, let me think of somebody who's just fine.
Orlando Bloom, Chris Pine.
Whoa. Orlando Bloom was not fine.
So okay. Basically, fine is good. It's basically Rick. It's basically Rick.
Rick is Tom Cruise. But
no, because he's got born on the 4th of July. Tom Cruise is not Rick.
Yeah, no, but it doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter. He made. Tom Cruise is the guy who created Rick.
I'll tell you, no. Rick is Brad Pitt. That's Rick.
Do you know what's so funny about you saying that? He's categorically not Rick.
Brad Pitt is not Rick.
He is not Rick.
No. If you give him some roles, it's wow. But most of the time, he's Rick.
No.
Have you seen Rick's Jojo Black?
Of course I have. That's not Rick. What are you talking about? Rick is literally like what do they call it? Rob Lowe. Rob Lowe is Rick. Tom Cruise, Rob Lowe.
No, I'll give you Rob Lowe. I'm not going to give you Tom Cruise. Rob Lowe is Rick. I'll give you
Tom Cruise is how we came up with Rick. That is, you're a baby. You didn't even know.
Matthew Broderick is Rick.
Matthew Broderick.
Yeah, that's Rick. Okay. What is Matthew Broderick then? What's Broderick then?
You know what's so funny? It's a guy who never was there when this thing was made, who's now trying to apply it to things. You're going to call Matthew Broderick Rick.
Yes, it's Rick. Okay, look. Let's just go back.
That is ridiculous. But you don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
The point is that.
So you're saying he's a good actor?
I'm saying that yes. So the way we got sidetracked is that Paul Mescal is not Rick. Okay, that's the first thing.
Okay.
So my point is that he is fine, but he is like
No. You said better than
no,
fine.
no, but he's better than fine. It's better than fine because fine is like when you now go to things like, oh, do you know who's fine?
Ben Affleck,
Nah, man, let's not even get there.
Matt Damon.
No, Matt Damon is better than fine, man. What are you talking about?
Okay,
Come on.
okay. Give me an example
fine
of fine.
is like the guy in Top Gun. That guy. Glenn, whatever.
Yeah.
That's fine. Like he's fine. Like you have no issue with it. It is what it is, you know.
Homo sapiens.
Listen. If you want to know what the definition of fine, it's Homo sapiens. Like that's the point. He's Homo sapiens.
He'll say the lines.
That man will. You give him the script. He will show up and he will act, get paid and leave. And
don't you dare complain.
No, that's what I was going to say. Not a soul. Have you ever heard anybody complain about
But
Homo
I wanted
sapiens?
to be more emotional. I did when you said be angry. I was angry.
Homo sapiens, in the history of Hollywood, there is no review that has come out that has said he's the problem.
Never. Like, let me see.
Because he just does exactly.
He's not going to be amazing. You can't call him bad.
I've never seen Homo sapiens do a bad performance.
Never.
Because it's just, he's literally, when you need a man, you put him in the role.
And a guy just to be down the barrel, boom.
Down the barrel. Now, you see now, that is fine. See, Homo sapiens
is the definition of
he's fine. When you
fine.
just you have no issue with him. If you put Homo sapiens in Gladiator 2, even though he's too old.
So, okay, so what was the issue with Paul
wait a
Mescal,
minute.
then?
They don't even know who Homo sapiens is.
Aaron Eckhart.
Okay.
I think that's what I mean. Thank you for smoking. I think that was my first film with him. So, okay, what's the issue with Paul Mescal then?
The problem is that, look, it is a gravitas thing and a charisma thing. Like, look.
Actually, no, quickly on that. You know, so inside the actors' studio, you know how they said, they ask you some stuff. So they ask Kiefer Sutherland, what's your favorite word? He said, gravitas. What's your least favorite word? Guess what he said? The N-word.
What?
Watch it on YouTube. It was weird. Because obviously you don't know what the guy's going to say. So what's your favorite word? Gravitas. Your least favorite word? And
whoa, he said
it. Yes, he said it.
Wait a minute. When was this?
Oh, come! But this is Inside the Actors Studio ages ago. But
this is a long time ago.
Yeah, long time ago.
I was like, damn.
Yeah,
Kiefer Sutherland.
Kiefer Sutherland on this thing, yeah. So
that's. Oh, you know what? Was that for that movie when it was racist? Time to Kill, probably, right? Probably be Time to Kill.
Probably, yeah. Probably, I suppose. Yeah.
The funny thing about Kiefer Sutherland is that it is so weird that he played good characters because he's one of the craziest villains I've ever seen. Like he was always a bad guy.
The first time I was scared of him because on that VHS of Lost Boys, if you turn it over, the picture is of him in a vampire thing, and that thing haunted me my whole childhood.
He is villain.
He scared me for most of the time.
That dude was a villain for my childhood.
Yeah.
So when I saw him starting to be good guys, I was like, he was a villain for my whole childhood.
This is why him being cast as Jack Bauer was a stroke of genius. Because I was like, wow, this goes because really.
It was against it.
2024, that's a Homo sapiens role. If you went by it, but they actually went for a thing.
Nah, Homo sapiens. Well, Homo sapiens can play anything.
Yeah,
but the point is that
to do something, okay, try and do a
you can't put him in a thing like
that.
So
look, see, no, you're right. Look, Paul Mescal is a good actor. Like I haven't seen After Sun, which is the thing he's with, and the one with him, Andrew Scott. So, and also he said that
Andrew Scott, who's that?
He was in Skyfall. Was he in Skyfall?
Who's Andrew Scott?
He's like an English actor that was in some of the James Bond films, and they were in the films together.
Oh, Paul Mescal was in Skyfall?
No, Andrew Scott was in Skyfall, and they've both acted together in a film that really was what made Paul Mescal.
Point is, but the thing is that, look, the guy is not bad. So, I mean, I watched it. Look, you can't watch Gladiator 2 and say that this guy doesn't know what he's doing.
No, it's good.
The problem is that his own essence is the issue. So it's like, it's got nothing to do with your acting quality. Your acting quality is good. You know what you're doing. You're delivering the lines properly. He's doing everything the way it's supposed to be done. The problem is that his essence is like, look, to be in a thing like this, like I told you when we were talking about this before, give me my son, even though give me my son is not better than him as an actor. Actually, you know.
No. But example.
No.
Look, Yeah, Digimon.
Okay,
No,
no.
Digimon.
Okay, but let me think about
No,
what about. Okay, so we talked about Homo sapiens. Give my son no.
no, I mean, no, look,
Who else? You know what the thing is? This is the thing. I don't think there's anybody that is
no.
known
Basically, it's what you
that we could
said.
put in.
You've got to find somebody.
Yeah,
Like that's that. There is nobody known
there's
now
nobody known.
that's
You'd have
like
to
you.
go and find
So you have
somebody.
to be like, wow, I found this person that no one saw.
Yeah, no.
You
Look,
know, no,
as I
I
said,
mean,
like,
basically, it's like this guy. It's like this Superman, Colin Sweat. Because I was like,
his
no,
name is Colin Sweat.
I haven't. Is it Colin Sweat? I don't know what. No, what I don't know.
Oh, I know the name. There's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
weird name like that.
So
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I've
Right.
never heard of it. And then I watched is it Maxino X, one of those things of the trilogy, and I was like, oh, it's actually a pretty interesting actor. So yeah, so
The
James Gunn
trilogy.
obviously
What
found him.
trilogy?
It's like X, Maxine, and I can't remember what the other one is with this lady. No. But my thing though is that I just don't know how Ridley Scott. Again, he is a good actor, and the guy is good, but I don't know how you saw what Russell Crowe did in that first film and say this is not going to be that guy that's going to not play his son, which is an issue in and of itself that we'll get into afterwards. But it's like for something like this, you need an anchor. And you just have a strong enough anchor. And if you don't have a strong enough anchor in a film like this, it's
Well,
very
look,
hard because we follow him all the way through. So if the anchor is not really guiding us through as an audience member,
look, it's a thing that you either have it or you don't, and it's an inherent thing that you just have. And obviously, Russell Crowe had it. And the point I was making when we were talking before was that, you know, you were saying all that. I said Russell Crowe was an unknown guy when he did Gladiator 1. Nobody knew who the hell this guy was.
Oh, no, but not completely unknown. Insider.
I told you, Insider came out the year before Gladiator. So they were filming Gladiator. Inside Man hadn't even come out.
Okay.
And when they cast him in Gladiator, Inside Man wasn't even made. So he was cast in a movie before. Insider, sorry. Insider wasn't even made. So it's like you cast a guy that nobody knew who he was. That's the point. The point is that you then got the guy, and then who Russell Crowe is like as a person. The essence of the guy is appropriate for that kind of thing. It's similar to Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson is the type of guy that would be in something like this. Just the type of person. Not that he's a better actor than Mescal. He's not better than Mescal.
You just have that thing.
That's a type of person. Like there's a rough around the edges, particular kind of gravitas to you. When you give see, this is the point. Remember, rise a night, rise a night. You remember that?
Yeah.
Orlando Bloom in Kingdom of Heaven.
Yeah.
I watched that scene again because I thought I was hallucinating. You know when you think you remember something and you remember it wrong? That's how it was.
You see, a guy who would be really good, but obviously he's a bit so old now. And
I'm telling you that if you put what do they call it?
You see,
Orlando Bloom puts Russell Crowe. No, puts Paul Mescal doing this speech was like Rise at Night. I know you're going to say Eric Bana, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Eric Bana he's too old.
No. I said that if he was a bit, because remember, I think he should have been the guy that should have been in Kingdom of Heaven, but a younger Eric Bana, boom, should have been better in something like this. Because I just think
I told you for a fact that Brad Pitt was rubbish as Achilles. I told you that.
No, everyone know he was trash.
People were trying to say stuff, and I was like, listen, man, it's just because it's Brad Pitt. Nobody wants to say anything. And because he was like doing white, blonde hair, blue eyes stuff. Oh, wow. I'm being real. That was the reason why, because it was in that whole thing, Legends of the Fall. So guys were mesmerized by that. That's why nobody said anything. I was just like, this Achilles in a movie like this? Come on, man. As you said, Eric Bana was better in that movie.
Yeah.
He should. I mean, obviously, when you're trying to do Achilles, you try and get some iconic looking guy. Let me put it this way. Do you know what's so weird? This is what's so weird. I don't think he's better than him. But Hemsworth, in a way, is better. They're both on a particular level. Wait.
Hemsworth is trash.
No, they're both their level.
Hemsworth is
Let me just say what I'm saying.
No,
let me get to what I'm saying. I'm saying that if you put Hemsworth and Brad Pitt at that same role, the problem with me for Brad Pitt is that there's something about him that is very bro-ish. Surfer guy. Like there's something about him that's which is why he works so well with Fincher movies and those kinds of roles. Listen, like I said, Brad Pitt in True Romance, There's no other actor in Hollywood that could do that. Nobody.
We mean sit on a couch and
It was
act
amazing.
like a loser.
It was amazing. No, it was no. Listen, I've said it to brother. I said, like, listen, that's an Oscar-winning performance. I've never seen anything like it before. A man that did not leave a couch for the whole movie, and when that film finished, that Floyd, everybody remembers it. It was an amazing performance. And I saw this. I said, listen, when I saw that from Brad Pitt, I was like, this is what this guy needs to be doing. Like, they need to make movies, which is what he sort of did when he did Fight Club and all that sort of stuff. Is that Seven was it not as much, but Fight Club was really that. There's a thing, that bro-y sort of relatable type of, because this is the reason why I say it. Before I saw True Romance with him doing that, I didn't know he had that personality. Because they made him a heart-throbby type of guy in all of those roles.
No, but I think you have to, because again, it's like similar with like Johnny Depp. He knew what they were trying to make, which is similar to Brad Pitt, and he said, "No, I'm going to force myself to do this."
Because when I saw that from Brad Pitt in True Romance, I said, "Oh, this is what this guy's really like. Like, he's really like a normal."
No, I think basically
like a normal guy.
Like for Brad Pitt, you have to give him specific roles. Again, how that guy won that Oscar for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is still
did he win for that?
Yes, it baffles me.
You know, I completely blanked that.
I literally, and he will just Brad. He will literally just Brad.
Yeah,
Pitt.
that is crazy.
So as well, I say like give him specific roles like a Fight Club.
Fight Club was good.
What's it called? Born After Reading.
That was good. You see now, that's what I'm saying.
That's
those sorts of
that's
things.
His roles, yeah.
That is his Born After Reading. He was very good in that.
Yeah.
Anything that is like a quirky, like just a normal bro-y guy, he does those things better than a lot of actors.
And he was pretty good in the Ocean's 11 films.
Similar sort of thing, though.
Where you're bringing a sort of a personality to it, so
similar sort of thing.
So I mean, look, I think basically for Paul Mescal, man, I'm like,
do you know what? This is the thing, right? He doesn't have that gravity to bring to a role, so you can't. When you try and anchor a whole movie like this around him, that's what I'm. Yeah, now that's what I'm saying. You can't bring the whole movie around him. That's why the movie is not going to be functional.
Yeah.
You know. On top of that, Denzel Washington. Now, this is the thing, right? And I'm going to just say, look, respect to Denzel Washington, top quality, legendary actor, classics, many classics, all that sort of stuff. I don't know whether this was a picture for it. You know, I don't know.
No, again, as I said before, like, he was the most entertaining thing, and he was the brightest spark of the whole film.
There was the most. He was the.
No, basically, he was the film. But like, you put so it's complicated. So 100%, as we said before, you put a Delroy Lindo or an Eamon Walker in there, then they would work a lot better for that world. It seems as if Denzel was, as good as it was divorced from the world that film was in. Was it Delroy Lindo or Eamon Walker would have worked better, but because things were not working so well, Paul Mescal doesn't work well. Connie Nielsen, okay, just briefly, Connie Nielsen, look, I get it. You're a woman who wants to still remain young, but Connie Nielsen, you're an actress. Choose. Either you want to be an actress or you don't. If you want to be an actress, you can't shove your face full of Botox.
But wait, how do we know that it was Botox?
A woman is crying and your face still remains the same?
Yes, but I'm just saying...
It's no. It's not even up for debate. It's Botox. Because as I was watching, basically, put it this way, we all saw you in 2000. How can you look exactly the same?
She looks the same, though, yeah.
And you're white. I'm sorry.
That's racist.
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry. I can say it's you white. And also, we know that white people age differently from black people. So we know for a fact that you cannot look the same as you did in 2000. So it means that there's Botox. And if you have Botox, acting comes from your face and the emotions of your face. If your face can't move and you can't emote, then you can't be an actor. So, but yeah, look, I think, as much as you say Denzel doesn't work in the film itself didn't really work. So then...
Well, look, this is the thing.
If the film really worked well, then the Denzel will be like, man, Denzel, I know you're doing your thing, but yeah, you don't really...
No, but now, you know what? Let me be real. Because it hinged on him.
Wait, on who? Mescal or Denzel?
Washington.
It's hinged on Denzel?
It's ended because Paul Mescal wasn't the... Look, the point I'm making is this. If Clipboard was playing Denzel's role, right?
Does it change the film that much?
No, it doesn't change the... No, it brings it up. Okay, think about it, right? Think about all of those scenes.
Because you still have the issue of the main character.
No, I get that. So let's just take all of that. Keep all of that. If Clipboard was playing Denzel's role, okay, for guys, Clipboard is Delroy Lindo, okay?
I'm one of the most underrated actors of all time.
Okay, so if Clipboard was playing Denzel Washington's role, right, and keep everything the same, and it's Clipboard,
yes,
it goes up by 1 point. The movie,
yeah.
at least.
Okay,
1 point.
Yeah.
You agree on that, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say, and that 1 point makes a difference.
Yeah,
it makes a difference because we know that. Oh, listen, if you had a solid guy as the lead guy, we wouldn't even be talking about this. But because you don't have that, everything sort of hinged on this.
You know, it's like it's similar to the Matrix. People don't like to.
Yes.
People don't like to
all
hear
about
this.
Morpheus.
Keanu, we love you and
It's all
everything,
about
but let's be
Morpheus.
real.
It was Morpheus.
If Brandon Lee did not die, Brandon Lee did not film, it's a
better
official film. It's an official film.
No, it's better. It's better. No, you know what's so funny?
Because that is Lawrence Fishburne is the guy that is really holding that film together. The Matrix.
If Will Smith played it, it's
It's
better.
better.
Like when I watched that film and I found out that Will Smith was supposed to be Neo, I'm like, of course.
And also, I heard again, you can't have too many blacks. I think I heard Cuba Gooding Jr. as well.
No, that was I did hear that. That was never going to work.
Yeah,
that film is tailor-made for Will Smith in that era. Because remember that was like Wild Wild West era.
99.
That is one of the biggest
and that would be coming off the back of Men in Black.
Oh my Lord. Like I was because when I thought about it, I'm like, oh, this is because he would have been that, that sort of guy who doesn't know any, like he's just whatever.
Oh no, but there is no way they're having two black leads. Basically, that's a Brandon Lee.
But you know what? They were gonna do it.
What, Will Smith or Brandon Lee?
No, what I'm saying is that you see that there's no way they were gonna have two black leads, but they were gonna do it.
I know what I heard was
or it would have been a different Morpheus.
No, yeah. So it's good. It has to be black or white. So if it's Will Smith, then you're gonna have to. I think they're thinking Sean Connery or Val Kilmer.
Right.
But if you're not gonna go black, fine. But there was no way they were gonna have two black leads in a sci-fi.
That would have been good, man.
What?
Val Kilmer and
Will Smith.
Yeah, that would have been interesting. I don't think
Val
anybody.
Kilmer's Morpheus?
Yeah, but listen. That's just this is stupid talk.
No.
There's nobody that could do it.
No.
There's nobody. As we said when we watched it, it's his film.
It's his film.
It's not about me.
No. The trick is Morpheus is the one.
Yeah, Morpheus.
Morpheus is actually the one.
Yeah, no. He made that movie. So yes, it's the same thing. It is actually the same thing, because if Neo was what he was supposed to be, then the movie goes up even higher.
We give Keanu credit because he's a very nice guy, and
Very nice guy.
You went from knowing no martial arts to learning all the martial arts. Amazing. He's not a good actor.
Of course not.
This guy is not a good actor.
Of course not.
So you put a guy who's actually a really good actor in there.
Yeah. And also, this is also the other thing. He is part Asian.
Yes.
So that did
Hawaiian, yeah.
Yeah. So his ability to learn that stuff was wild, man. Like I couldn't believe it. Because when I watched it, the behind the scenes, I was like, this guy's actually doing this stuff.
It's crazy.
So to go from a guy who doesn't know anything to be able to do what he did.
Very complicated choreography.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
It's just the complexity of it. And he's doing entire sequences unbroken.
Yeah.
Because you saw that they were able to film it like a kung fu movie.
Yeah.
Where it's not choppy.
All wide shots.
It's all wide. I was like, man, this guy's actually really doing this.
No. That Chateau fight, I was like, a Hollywood actor is doing all this stuff with no cuts.
Absolutely insane.
Because you compare that to Born Identity.
It's ridiculous. No, Keanu Reeves, like, what that guy was able to do on that level is ridiculous. Because the thing is, a martial artist, that's nothing. Like,
Yeah.
For a guy who is a normal man, who is an actor, who knew nothing. Well, I think he did know. He said he knew some stuff. But to go from zero to that is wild.
It's crazy. It's
crazy. Is wild. However, the acting was rubbish. So at the end of the day, it's like that was the reason why.
Which is why the ultimate would have been Brandon Lee. That would have been the ultimate.
Brandon Lee, let's just calm down. Brandon Lee is not a thespian. It's not like he's a great actor.
No. But the combo, he's a better actor than Keanu Reeves.
He's better.
And martial arts, that's all done.
Exactly.
So as a package, that would be the ideal.
Right.
In terms of just the martial arts, the acting, the presence.
Was he supposed to do it? They didn't even have him in the
because he.
No, he died, but I don't think. Let me
remember this is like 94, so they were thinking about the project in it. So he may have been like very early on in the project.
If Brandon Lee lived, I actually still don't believe he would. Like, listen, Will Smith, it was his movie to lose, like point blank. Like he's the biggest actor.
But you know what? I'm happy that they chose Keanu, because if you choose Will Smith, we don't get Lawrence Fishburne.
Right.
We don't get Lawrence Fishburne, and Fishburne made that film.
He
So
made the film. But you know what? That is exactly what happened here. Denzel Washington carried the
oh
whole.
no, it's his
He
film.
carried
It's
the
his
movie.
film.
Like
It's his film.
if he was not in this movie, like because the thing is, this is the thing. The strength of him as an actor means that even though he's miscast, he's still entertaining to
no,
watch.
because the thing that you said. What if Denzel was in Rome? It's this film.
No, this is
So it's not,
Alonso.
no,
Alonso in Rome.
Yeah, because this isn't Macronos.
No.
This is Denzel in Rome. What if
is-
Denzel Washington was in Rome? Because I say there was one bit where he's
When
like
the
shaking.
guy went like, you
No.
know.
The other bits where I think he's shaking, and I think he's obviously he's like sort of suggesting that there's like a bit of a sexual thing between them, and he goes like and basically he sticks his tongue out. I was like, basically, it's a very quick thing that he does. That's something you do not in Rome. Basically, it's a gesture that's a New York gesture. That's not a Rome gesture.
Oh yeah, I think I remember that in the party.
Yeah. So like that. I was like, okay, look at that. So I don't think this was so, but it was fun. It was entertaining. But you could just tell like, no, Denzel is in a different realm from the realm that is supposed to be of Rome.
Yeah, I think that is just. Do you know what the funny thing is? This part of it is because of what we're used to seeing from these sorts of performances in those movies. There's nothing that says what he did couldn't be in Rome.
True.
But we're not used to seeing that level of, you see, what we're used to seeing from all of these things, from Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power to Gladiator, this is a very theatrical, Shakespearean
and also, what I've always said is that people say, oh, no, he doesn't have the accent. If people are not speaking Latin, to hell with whatever the accent is, because they should be speaking Latin. So why is the de facto language in ancient Egypt, ancient Greece, English Shakespeare?
Aristocracy, English accent. It's stupid.
Yeah.
But that is what it is. So when I thought of it like that, I said, you know what? Him bringing some of that in there,
it makes it
like,
interesting.
Well, it's like it is what it is. The main thing though is just the energy of it. Just the energy of it. I felt like, look, this doesn't really fit what we're looking at. However, the problem is he's carrying too much weight. That's the problem.
Yeah.
It's like you've got a guy here who's literally carrying the whole film. Like, I'm looking at that entire situation of all those characters. He's the only person that I could say every time he's in the scene, we're getting something.
And the issue is,
oh well, and also Pedro
Joseph
Pascal.
Quinn. Oh yeah, Pedro Pascal, and I think I liked the Joseph Quinn. And
Joseph Quinn is who did he play? Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, not the weird twin,
right.
but they're not. We see, and in Gladiator 1, we were following Russell Crowe all the way through, and Joaquin Phoenix was the good antagonist. And obviously Oliver Reed was Oliver Reed. He was amazing, but Oliver Reed had his own thing. But because Russell Crowe was such a strong anchor, everybody played their role. But the issue is, from Paul Mescal, okay, I don't want to say
Oliver Reed blew that guy out of the water, man. Like
who? Russell Crowe blew him out of the water.
Yeah, I remember. I actually remember.
You see, I need to watch it again.
Because it's Gladiator. You don't like it. I like it. So I've watched Gladiator many times.
Don't wait. No, hold on. I like the film.
You said that it is just not that. It's not. You say it's not that.
No.
Great.
You know.
Okay, look, whatever.
No. I like Gladiator, but I just don't think it's as much of a classic as everyone else.
Okay,
so,
I do.
Good,
I think it's a classic.
Okay.
When I watched Gladiator 1, I'd never seen Oliver Reed properly.
Yeah.
I was too young. So I never really, of course I knew who Oliver Reed was. I knew who he was, but it's almost like Laurence Olivier. I've seen it, but I hadn't really seen it. This was the first time that I'd watched a movie that I'm actually really watching Oliver Reed. And I remember that when he came into that scene where he was talking to Russell Crowe, because Russell Crowe was blitzing the movie to that point.
Yeah.
Then I came to the scene and I remember that. I was like,
Shadows and Dust.
Yeah, I was like, who is this guy? This guy made Russell Crowe smaller, like, which he was supposed to be. So it's part of the direct or the playing. So he's supposed to be not on his level. But still, just in terms of performance, just raw performance, it really felt like this guy is on a different level. That's what it felt like. It felt like Russell Crowe, this is where you are, and I thought that was the top in this film. This guy Oliver Reed has come in and taken this acting thing to another
It
level.
was basically
'Cause I
he
swear,
was bringing that back in the day.
back in the day,
Back in the day.
similarly, remember what Richard Harris went in his scenes?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Once was to came into those scenes with Richard Harris,
be you.
it was like you feel like this is a guy who's operating in another area. The only thing that you can bring is if you bring Heston in there or something like that.
And also, so
You know?
okay, it's the first time ever that an actor died during the film and they used CGI to recreate his scenes. Gladiator was the first film that did that. Another film did that before. That was the first film.
CGI to recreate his scenes.
Because it was the first film ever that an actor died during the making of a film.
Oh, he did,
and they used digital stuff to recreate his scenes.
Some of his scenes.
Yeah, some of his scenes. Like that scene when he's walking up the steps and he looks back, that's his CGI. So
look, Richard Harris, right?
No, Oliver Reed.
Oh yeah,
Oliver Reed.
Did. Yeah. You know what? Listen, man. That is the problem because you look at Gladiator 1 and they had stalwarts throughout that movie.
Because if you think about it, he should have actually been in more scenes if you think about it. So
right. But they had stalwarts through it. The problem with this film is that Pedro Pascal is always good.
He's always good.
Always good. So put him there.
But also Pedro Pascal, you're in too many films, bro. Chill.
All right.
That's fine.
But this was his film.
To be the lead?
Yeah. When he was younger.
Yeah.
Like is that type of guy?
I just thought of it right now. Now, they'll never do it because you can't market it. If you're smart, try and come in from a whole new angle. Make it about a general.
Morris Chestnut.
What? What?
Bucky Woodbine. I didn't mean that. Okay. So.
Whoa. Actually, Bucky Woodbine is good. Bucky Woodbine is actually good.
No, he is. I know he is.
I don't know about Chestnuts though. No. Make it about a general. And make Pedro Pascal the main character and make it about a Roman general. Because like that story was actually interesting. Oh wow.
It was to try and take over and bring it back.
Because I thought he's going to be the villain. I was like, oh wow. So there's actually something a bit different here, and he's a general. Make the story about your Roman general, Pedro Pascal, and that would actually be really interesting. But the thing is that because you can't sell it on like that.
And also, do you know what the problem is with that? That is Gladiator 1. That's the problem. Because if it's a Gladiator movie, there's got to be Gladiator.
No.
He was a general.
That's
the point. And the thing is that he fell because he tried to, they were trying to give him the throne, and then this guy found out about it and then tried to screw him over.
I mean, unless you do a sequel where it's in the world, but it's not about a gladiator, but we're still doing it within the world.
You can't. It's Gladiator. That's what people are coming to watch. It's got to be. You've got to have gladiators in there. So for me, it's like, once you're doing a Gladiator 2, you've got to figure out a way to make gladiators. I just feel like, which is what I said, and I said they couldn't do that because everybody's heads will pop. You go for the Africans. Because you already laid the foundation with Give Me My Son in part 1, right?
Yeah, Digimon.
So when you did that, the Moors exist. They're getting Africans. They're going to Carthage. They're going to Numidia.
And then you can put in a Nate Parker, Damson Idris.
That's what I'm saying. Because that's what they should have done. Because do you know what? If you do that, that movie becomes a hit. I'm telling you. Can you imagine they go and get an African to be a champion from Africa?
Yeah.
And then it comes to win the gladiator thing, and then you bring in the story of Severus, Emperor Severus, because Severus was one of the first, was a black Roman emperor that nobody knows about. He helped Britain defend itself against Rome. So there's actually
he was a black Roman emperor.
A black Roman emperor from North Africa, and he helped Britain. He defended Britannia against Rome when Rome was trying to take over England, Britannia back in the day, and he beat them with his different tactics and military tactics, right? And it was such an amazing defense that he did that they actually honored him. His bust, a bust of Emperor Severus, is in Southampton or something. He's somewhere in England, but nobody talks about it. So if you go there, you can see it, but nobody says anything.
And then you wonder why no one's because this is the first time I'm hearing.
Nobody knows about this. It's nobody. They pretend it doesn't exist. And there's a thing called the Severan Tonda, okay, which is like this parchment, which is what they used to use to do paintings back in the day. And they have an image, because people try to pretend like he's not black. So they have an image of him and he's black, right?
Oh.
And it exists somewhere, so you can go and see it. And he's a black dude from North Africa. So the point I'm making is that that story is real. So if you connected that Emperor Severus story to an African gladiator who goes to go and win, then you've got a story, and it's Gladiator. It's Gladiator.
Yeah.
If you and you can even bring in Maximus's kid, that he's the one who, we can even, just to give people, like they did with Django.
Yeah.
He trains him or gets him to help him win his whatever. Listen, there's a whole way. I could make a story out of it. Trust me, I could do that. The point I'm saying, look, I just give a story like that off the cuff, which is what I do.
Hollywood would never.
They would never do it. But the point is that as we're sitting here on the talkback couch, Merc has just put something on the table that's different. It's different. The point I'm saying is that, what are your goals? It's got to be gladiators. You've got to do that. You've got to have Maximus's kid involved, and you want to be unique. I've given you everything.
But they all say that no, Maximus's kid must be the main character.
He can be the main character.
No. There's no can is.
Okay, look. What I'm saying is that
no. I think you're saying. I'm just saying that for these guys to sell it, I'll say no. It has to be Maximus's kid.
No, but I think that.
So what's Maximus's kid in this film, and he's now part of a thing for him.
No, listen. The reality is this: it can never happen.
No.
Even if you brought that project to me, the project that I just said should happen, I will reject it. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because do you know how racist the world is? Like, do you think that the people out there would accept a gladiator movie with a black lead character?
Back in Roman times, where things were popping off.
They would never accept it. I keep trying to tell people that this Rome, ancient Rome, do you know how connected that is with white supremacy? All those symbols and things that they have from Rome, go and look inside their houses.
And but then what I always say is that
you can't. So no, what I'm trying to say is that, you know what? When people were having outcry over certain things, I said, listen, there are some franchises and some things that technically shouldn't be white. Like ancient Rome was like they were conquering all over the place, all over Africa.
No. But I always say, like, it's like, why doesn't anybody fund a film about them, the Moors?
That's my. I'm trying to say. Like all of these eras, the era of Rome they were in Africa, for God's sake. A lot of the stuff they were doing was in North Africa. The point is that the way that Hollywood and everything has done these stories, it's so white that all these generations have grown up thinking it is white. You see what? They've grown up believing that. Yeah. So for you to now put any black people into these stories, for people who are over 30, their brains don't even know how to process that, because all their lives from school, when you're in school, they don't even teach you that there was anything to do with black folks in that era. You don't, from when you're in educational systems to entertainment, television, films, you don't know that they were Asians.
Yeah.
You don't even know anything that there were any Chinese people involved in that sort of stuff, but not so much. So I'm going to bring that out of it. But definitely Africans, for sure. Big time. Big time. And they will never put that stuff in there. But the point I'm saying is that the reason why we're talking about this is that to try and make something not stale. That's the point. Because it was stale. Like you're watching and you're like, you've done a great job with production, great job with putting the whole product, everything was on point. And as I said, entertaining movie, I would recommend it. So I'm not going to tell people that, oh, it's not worth watching. Oh, no, it is. 100%. Like, especially if you've not seen part 1, then of course you go and watch this. If you've seen part 1, I can't say you have to see it, but I wouldn't say that if you saw it, you completely wasted your time. It's a thing that you go and watch it. Like, put it this way. You know how you come out of a movie and you say you feel ripped off? I didn't feel ripped off.
No. It was entertaining.
Yeah, I didn't feel ripped off.
I was entertained.
Because I come out of most movies and you come and you feel like you got robbed.
No. Romulus, I wanted my money back.
What?
Romulus. I didn't pay to see Andy the Android.
No, that was theft. They stole they stole my money for that movie. I came out of that thing, I'm like, this is robbery. Because I paid to go and watch that. Like, it's ridiculous. But this film, no, 100% worth it. If you pay your ticket to go and watch that, you will enjoy it. You know, all the stuff that we're even saying is just, it's critiques of certain things. But as a project, cinema, weekend, you want to go and watch a movie, 100%. Very bloodthirsty, but so was part 1. So, you know. And there's a lot more CGI in this than there was in the
Those
first
CG monkeys, come on,
you know.
Ridley, come on, bro. come on, CG monkeys, come on, man.
You
Come
know,
on.
so there was a lot of CGI in this as well. But yeah, man, look, you know, listen, as I was watching that film, I did say in my mind, I said, wow, man, this is actually pretty entertaining. Like there's a story.
Yeah, no.
There's actually a story.
It's
Like,
I think because I went in with sort of low expectations, it was actually a bit better than I thought it would be. Like
it
especially,
was better. It
yeah,
was better.
like especially like the last third when you saw Denzel escaping with his golden cape and everything. I was like, oh, okay, you know, this is this.
It was better than it was better than I thought it would.
No, it was for me. It
Because
was.
when I saw the trailer, I thought it was going to be rubbish. I have to be honest. That first
Yeah,
trailer,
no. It's no. The trailer's like, yeah,
I thought it
look,
was going to be bad.
you know.
The second trailer was better than the first trailer. So then the second trailer, I was like, oh, okay, that's actually not that bad. The movie is definitely better than the trailer.
And also, which of us?
Would you say that it's better than?
Oh
the
no,
trailer?
for sure. Also, whatever people in the marketing department needs to be fired. Why would you put Jay-Z in a trailer for
stupid.
Gladiator? Like,
Stupid.
do you know how
It was
psychotic it
stupid,
must be?
especially with the way the movie was.
Yeah, Jay-Z.
stupid.
What? Come
It
on.
was stupid. Like I said, the movie, I was surprised.
Mm.
Like it was not way better, but it was
better than I
quite
thought
a
it would.
bit better.
It was better than I thought it would be.
Yeah, no, because my expectations were pretty low.
Mm.
Like it was pretty low.
It's because like when they killed, even if you know he was going to die, but just when he died, I was like, oh wow.
Who?
Pedro Pascal.
I knew he had to go though.
Like I know, but just that him just goes, oh wow. But my thing though was when Denzel, and also if you think about Mama Macronos, that's a good way to go out.
It was a good way to go.
You killed one of the. Did you kill both? No, you killed both. When he took out the little pin.
Oh, he did kill both. Yeah,
you killed both twins. You make sure that the general got killed, and you killed Connie Nielsen. That's a good way to go out.
That guy killed everybody.
You killed everybody. like the only thing you failed to do was make Rome fall. But you pretty much did.
Was trying
to. Yeah, you did to do.
No. Listen, let me tell you this. I told you this before when we were talking. I said that this film, the core story, was better than Part 1.
Yeah, like
the actual story of this Part 2.
This story was more.
Was better than Part 1.
Like there were more elements and stuff here. Like Part 1 is about the moments, the music, the thing. But in terms of the stuff that's happening in the story, the political things, the back and forth, what characters are doing, there was a lot more going on in this. Yeah. There's a lot more going on in this.
It was better. See, this movie.
But could be put this way, a stronger lead actor. This film goes to considerable levels.
No, listen. Had you put Clipboard in that role and then got a stronger,
then we're having a very interesting conversation.
Then we're having a very interesting conversation because, like I said, the story was better.
Yeah, because people like Gladiator, we know it's good, but just a really strong actor, Delroy Lindo or Eamon Walker in Macronos' role. Like, look, yes, CG Monkeys is stupid. Sharks is stupid, and there's still
Sharks. I could understand. Let me be honest. I liked the shark concept because I've read that they did that sort of thing.
Or fill the Colosseum with water and
to simulate, a battle on the seas and all that sort of stuff. I've read. I don't know if it's true, but I've read that they did that. I didn't mind that. I thought that was cool. Listen, you have to use CGI to do that.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? This is my point. When other things are working properly, that doesn't matter as much. When other things are not functioning as much as they should, then you start focusing a little bit too much on whether they have CGI.
No, it's just that
sharks.
I was more, maybe, I don't know whether it's because of CGI or not, I felt more under pressure watching the Colosseum scenes in Part 1 than in this one.
Because it's real.
Yeah.
Because they were using real, clever editing, but they were using real things. Yeah, no, look, it was, and also, like I said, listen, man, you can say what you like about Russell Crowe. That guy, every single scene that he was in, this guy brought some crazy levels of just acting and energy, and like every single scene in Gladiator. Do you know what that was like? That's when a man knows that this is his moment.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, this is it.
But
he came into that movie like this is it.
I think again it's about acting choices and everything, because I think for Paul Mescal,
basically, Macronos, Denzel is going to get a nomination for for sure. Like that's definite.
You might as well. I mean, because like I think for Paul Mescal, you chose the very obvious acting choice of like angst. I'm really angry. I don't know where I am. where I just think that it's a kind of role where you should have to try and bring something interesting into that people that wouldn't really expect.
It's difficult because he's not. Look, I looked at that guy and I said,
And I know, and
it would be
I knew
difficult.
it from the trailer where like, okay, he's not it.
Yeah, no, it'd be difficult because it's the kind of pressure he would be under in this sort of movie as well. I'm not surprised he didn't try and do something like that. I mean, because I'm looking at all this stuff. That's a lot of pressure. To be in it, to be following up from what the first one was, and to be with all these things around you, and you've never done anything on this level. That's a lot of pressure. But as I said, look, he didn't do anything wrong. It's just by virtue of who. It's like just the casting. It's like who he is. Because if you go and let me give you an example. Jamie Lannister, the Nikolai Costa or whatever his name is, he's that type of guy. He's wrong casting. Wrong. He doesn't look the right way.
No.
Doesn't nothing. But the way he acts, like his style of acting, like when you look at Game of Thrones season 1, 2, and 3, like that is what you needed. Like you needed something like that.
It's again, I get it. Another one that came through, but he's way too old. But if he was much younger, way more younger, Jim Caviezel.
Obviously. That's like it.
Because I think what you need someone is where when the camera is just on you, without you even saying anything, there is so much. We can read so much from not saying anything.
Yeah, but Jim Caviezel is like a cheat code. That's like
no, but I think
obviously.
Basically, when you look at Russell Crowe, there were scenes where Russell Crowe did not say a word, and you could feel so much emotion and energy by him not saying anything. Like those scenes with him and Richard Harris, I was like, okay, yeah, this guy has something. And which is why it goes casting.
Let me tell you this. Not I said it and you thought I was joking. I'm rubbish. I can't act. Okay? Put me in Gladiator so.
As Maximus' son? Okay, Maximus.
Yeah. I'm trash. Okay? I do not know what I'm doing. I'm rubbish. But there's certain things.
So is that as the Merc or as your real self? so as a black with shades in robe.
I mean, yes, as the Merc here. Because my real self will not be able to do it once.
That'll be weird.
But you know what? Do you know the kinds of things that I would do in that thing? Because this is the point. I'm trash. I'm rubbish. I can't act. But put me as the Merc in Gladiator 2. And give me those same scenes.
So you would do better than Denzel? It brings something more
something
different.
Something is different. Like I can't do better than that. Obviously not. What I'm saying is that, look, the point I'm making is that I can't act. I'm not a good actor. But it's what we're talking about, the psychology of the movie. When you know that this is Gladiator 2, it's Oliver Reed time. Like when they say chewing the scenery, that's literally what you got to do. Which is why we're talking about put Al Pacino in there, or something like that. There's certain things like this is not the time for understated, all of that sort of stuff, like De Niro acting, all that sort of stuff. This is like
you have to go full on.
You've got to go full on, man, because this is Rome, ancient Rome. This is Gladiator. So what I'm saying is that when I looked at it, I say, what's the problem? What is the problem? I say, that's what the problem is. At no point did you have that in the entire film. You never had that. Pedro Pascal is always understated. Always.
Yes.
So just leave him. He does what he does. But you didn't have anybody who, now this guy's coming in. Denzel did that. But again, he has his own way of doing things. When you looked at Gladiator 1, Joaquin Phoenix, that was having a party like every time it was on. I was like going all over the place. And I would give the twins, they did bring that.
Yeah.
They did. So I was wrong. Yeah. So the twins did. And so did that the gay guy, like all that guy, the dude.
Yeah. Actually, another guy I liked was, the guy that basically showed Maximus's Paul Mescal the sword and the shield. That was basically helping him.
That guy was good.
That basically took.
But he was on that. But he was on that. What I'm saying is that those are the guys that just be supporting. Like
basically, there was not an Oliver Reed.
There was no Oliver Reed. There was no Richard Harris. There was no Richard Harris. No Oliver Reed. No I'm I'm forgetting somebody from Gladiator 1. I mean, Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, basically, is those three.
The big, those sort of theatrical dudes who, like, you just remember their scenes because, like, these guys were just, putting it out there. And obviously, Russell Crowe is, because let's be real. Russell Crowe scenes, each scene and in and of itself was solid. Like, just you come out of the scene and you're like, damn, okay, we just did a thing. The problem with this Gladiator 2 is that he had all the materials. The scenes were there, they were there for you to do what you got to do. But you never came out of those scenes feeling like you just came out of them and like, okay, we've done that scene.
Yeah, and I think basically it was like, this is great acting.
It's good acting,
but it's not like, okay, all right, this basically it's like if you've brought Denzel from a different planet onto this planet, but you know that he's really an alien. He's really coming from a different planet over here. Right? Basically, I told you, Eamon Walker, Daryl and one of those dudes would fit it. But look,
Colin Salmon, Clipboard, Eamon Walker, what do they call it? Who else could he have?
Tyler Perry.
Oh, yeah, but you're joking, obviously. What's that guy that you could get? That guy from Homeland.
Oh yeah, I've forgotten his Holmes, Eamon Holmes, or something like that.
No,
I've forgotten his name.
Yeah, anyway, that guy.
Yeah,
he's not big enough for this sort of film, but he should be in this film. Like, and he's English.
Yeah.
So I mean.
Yeah, I think it's Eamon Holmes.
No, it's not. I know his name, and that's not his name.
Okay.
But you see a lot of these sort of guys, and you're like, yeah, man, there's some guys out there that this sort of film would have been appropriate for. Because that's what I think it was missing. Because, like I said, man, that story was on point, production was on point, music was fine. Directing was obviously, the guy has not slipped, quality-wise. When I looked at that, it's like, this is what Napoleon did not have. Didn't have a story.
Napoleon was not good. That film was.
There was no story to it. Like, it was just like
this was way better than Napoleon.
This was way
better.
This is better than anything Ridley Scott has done in a very long time. Like, when I think about it, since Prometheus.
Wait, was Martian before Prometheus or after Prometheus? The Martian. I think that might have been before Prometheus.
Wasn't that before? You know what? That might have been. I think it was before.
I think it was before. I'm not sure. But basically, since Martian and Prometheus,
Martian was great though.
That was good.
Great. So whenever that was, if that was after Prometheus, then since then, if it was before, then Prometheus. But either way, it's been a while. So for me, I was like, I'm watching this film and I'm like, yeah, man.
No, but okay, because he said he's writing Gladiator 3 already. I'm like, bro.
I'm not surprised. Look at how it ended. Like, I didn't like how it ended. I thought the way it ended is like, you're obviously trying to do a part 3.
So how would it end it then? He just kills him. Okay, so he just kills him and then he basically skipped that whole, I want Rome to be better, and then he just jumped to Colosseum. Oh, Father, speak to me. So you don't have that whole long speech of like, I want to Rome to be.
No, you end it with a speech. I wouldn't have that father speak to me.
Oh, no, but the speech...
Also, can somebody explain to me this? How is Maximus this guy's son?
It doesn't make sense.
Father, rather.
It doesn't make sense.
I thought Commodus was his father.
It doesn't make sense.
I thought it was an incest thing that was the parents or whatever.
No, basically, my theory is that she's lying to him and she'd rather that he thinks that Maximus is his father than Commodus, because I'm sorry, it makes no logical sense of when and where would they have had sex during that.
Also, this is the problem for me. When I watched it, I was like, is it that? Because from my recollection of Gladiator 1, when she met him, they'd never met before properly.
Yeah.
You know that he obviously knew who she was because she's the daughter of the general.
So like, when would he have had time?
No, and also, he had a wife and kid. The entire point of his revenge was that this man went and murdered his wife and child.
It makes no
sense. And hung them on the thing.
Basically, they can try and be like, it's Commodus' son. And she's basically lying to him.
Yeah, but this was just the thing. If you're lying to him, then you've got to put that in the story.
No. That's why you're trying to have your cake. You're trying to be smart, because they know that if he does, then you maybe cheapen it and you take away the whole, he's trying to follow in his legacy. I'm sorry. It is what it is. That's it's Maximus' child.
That is
Commodus' child.
That is the problem. The problem that they were having is that they need to connect it to part 1.
Yeah.
The problem is that there is no actual connection. I don't believe it was necessary to say it was his father. I don't believe that was necessary.
He didn't actually. Yeah,
You didn't even have to do that.
He didn't need to do
His
that.
father, his actual father was a clown.
Cool, Commodores.
Yeah, it's the guy's a joker.
Yeah.
So the guy that she liked and everything was this guy, you know, who then became a hero, and then she adulated him, and then she told him about his heroism. That's all that's necessary. You only have to say it's his father, because that completely threw me off. I kept thinking that, wait a minute, did I miss something? Like, what is going on? Like, what is this? How that actually messed it up for me, because I spent a good portion of the film trying to figure that out. Even though obviously it's just accept it and move on, it's just a movie. I'm like, yeah, but that's a fundamental part of this film.
Yeah.
So if you make that a fundamental part and it doesn't make any sense in connection to what, and you see, this is the thing, they did that because a lot of people who watch this would never have seen Gladiator 1. And if you've not seen Gladiator 1, it doesn't matter. Just say it's his father.
But a lot of people have seen Gladiator 1 and they're like, how does this make sense? Yeah, because I was even talking to, Bill.
Yeah.
Because Bill was like, wait, how the heck is this his son?
He said it as well.
Yeah, he was like, how does that even? Because I said, yeah, I don't know. Because he was just confused, like, wait, but how? And
it makes no sense.
If it was it doesn't make any sense.
It makes no sense.
Because and also you can't do the whole take your father's thing if it's Commodore's kid.
Can't do it. Yeah, the whole thing, that aspect was messed up. And in fact, like I said, it didn't have to be that way. The long and short about this movie is that, look, definitely worth watching. All the critics, it's not even, I don't even call this criticism, we're just talking. It was better than it had any right to be under the circumstances, especially of the current climate of movies and what they did with it. Because you didn't do any, like the fact that you didn't do anything, you made the same story. This film is, you see what they did with Force Awakens, where they just did the same, they just rehashed and did nostalgia fest or whatever. This was way more effective.
Oh, for sure.
Than that was doing the same kind of silly thing where nothing new is happening.
No, because this did not live and die off nostalgia. Force Awakens did.
Like that's the key, yeah.
Like everyone's like, mate, I ain't coming up with anything new. This is New Hope 2.0. Take it or leave it.
Yeah, but this one, yeah. And also, this film wasn't like insulting.
No.
To a whole bunch. Like, it just wasn't insulting. Like, there wasn't propaganda. There was no feminism thing in it. There was no black thing in it. There was none of that. None of the things you'd expect to see. Yeah, it was missing
Digimon. Yeah, no Digimon shouting.
None of the things you'd expect to see. Because they had a black guy in this one and they killed him quick. So I think, okay, let's get rid of that guy,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, him. Yeah, Mensa.
I laughed because I was like, okay, well, that's that. And that was that.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, he went quick.
He went quick and that was that. The guy just stood there, just like, look, just come and eat.
Yeah, the guy just said, look, I'm here. Look, I'm out. Come on.
Just look, man. This is why I laugh at white people sometimes, because I was online and I saw the amount of fury and anger that some guys had that Denzel Washington was even in the movie. And I laughed at these people. I said that it's not enough that you are the hero of the movie is all about you. Part 1 was all about you. And you've got Game of Thrones. And you've got bloody Rings of Power. And you've got, what is going on? And then I watched the movie. When we've actually seen the movie is all about you.
No, I think because obviously, like, this comes out Friday in America.
Oh, it hasn't come out yet?
No, it comes out.
No wonder I haven't heard anything. Yeah, right.
Yeah, this week. Because it comes out, it came out a week before.
Oh, America. So this review is like gonna hit the airwaves before they even see it.
Yeah, no, we don't know what I say. Like, obviously, it makes sense if you just put this out on Friday.
Nah, man, put it out now. Why not?
Okay, well, for people who's going to see, actually, yeah, if you just watch it at your own peril. Yeah, because this is spoiler. So
yeah,
no, because it'll be interesting to see what people now think of Denzel, because Denzel did a lot in this film, and he basically he clocked out 3 whites.
He did.
He kicked
but the thing is that,
and the mother as well.
He carried. No, the thing is that
no, that shocked me of how he actually killed Colin Nelson. I was like, what?
When he said, give me the ball. No, when he said that, I was like, do you know what that reminded me of? When he said, give me the bitch.
Oh, yeah.
With the shotgun. That is exactly what I thought, because he said it like the same way.
Give me the bitch.
Yeah, give me the bitch.
Shit gets deeper.
Yeah. Give me the ball. And he did exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
he killed that guy. He killed her. Do you know what? I don't know what's so funny. That's actually exactly what happened. Same thing.
Yeah.
So I looked at it and I'm like, well, I can't really criticize the movie, man. Like we can and we can't. Like on another level, based on the quality of films that are coming out in this day and age, to get this and then to say anything really negative about it is stupid.
There's no point.
Because it is so far above so many of the things that are coming out, just in terms of artistry, just production quality, acting, directing, music, sound. You're looking at this and you're saying that this is the benchmark of what people should be making to ask for your money.
It's a lot better than that now. Another sort that's out there.
It is. What did I go and watch? Well, we watched Romulus. We watched that. I haven't actually seen Joker. I haven't seen Beetlejuice.
Yeah, I saw Trap. I saw Beetlejuice.
Oh, I have to see Trap. Yeah. You didn't see Joker, right?
Yeah, I saw Joker.
Are you sure that? But yeah, no. This is It was you know, like.
Are you gonna watch Anora?
What's that?
You don't want to know.
What is that?
Basically, it's like the new hot film right now. Basically, I think it's about just this white woman who's like a sex war worker and falls in love with like a mobster gangster and everything.
Anora.
Yeah. Basically, watch the trailer and you'll see how.
No, I'm not watching that. Who is in it?
Like unknowns. Like these are like basically unknown people.
I'm not watching.
What's it called? Sean Baker.
I'm not watching it. Let me tell you something. We are now in the era of mind control, like full mind control. We've always been in mind control, but now it's like full mind control, where guys actually come out and they tell you that, okay, this is now the main thing.
Yeah. It's like, this is the new hot.
This is what we're doing now. This is what we're doing now. And you're looking at it and you're saying that, but wait a minute, no. This is definitely the thing. I'm like, man, nah, man.